What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Once again, I am live. This is Pastor Sean coming to you from Death Church Radio podcast, and also the Sean C. Stuckey Show on both Facebook and BitChute. So, with this week, I wanted to kind of do a different kind of video for this week instead of something being something of like a biblical nature kind of thing. I wanted to instead make a video, I guess like opening up makes sense. I do rank high on the openness scale on that, with that personality test I took, but that's my number one is openness. So anyways, I want to know if anybody that watches this channel struggles with what I struggle with, which would be confidence. And I'm sure a lot of the people like watching this is like, what is he talking about? But yeah, I mean, behind the scenes kind of thing. I mean, I do try to give off an aura that I always know what I'm talking about kind of thing. Like, I always try to display myself on the videos here that I'm a teacher. I know what I'm talking about. I can back up my own ideas. I'm willing to debate. I have a firm foundation in things I believe in, which are all true. I will not waver on my opinions most of the time, especially when it comes to faith concepts. But, so, this is something I've been thinking about today. Of, I guess, the concept of confidence and how one thing can cause a chain reaction in order for you to feel like, not numb, but like feeling like, well, if I do something, it's going to be a two steps forward, one step back kind of thing. So, yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of a weird video, but I guess I just wanted to open up for once instead of just having just a straight out message of, like whatever it is for the week. I got a bunch of videos like saved on my new phone here that could last about maybe a month or two for new uploads every Friday. But anyways, point being is that, so I had a plan of joining this small group to eventually then become a pastor, like at a house, like start on a Zoom call. And then, I don't even feel comfortable doing this. I just feel tired. Okay, gonna have to do take 2 on this. I'm not gonna upload this. I don't know. It's just like I'm doing the NoFap thing, and then just certain days, it feels like I'm just backsliding, even though I'm doing everything correctly. Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm tired from like going to the gym, because I haven't been to the gym in, oh man, like 3 months. I don't even know why I'm still recording this. Confidence has always been an issue. Like when I was talking to me and my friends were talking to that AI robot, the philosophy AI on that website that my friend just discovered. What was it, last Saturday? And the first question that popped into my head, to get a thorough response and actually made a lot of sense, is I wanted to know, why do you feel inadequate? Sean, why do I feel inadequacy? Because Eric Erickson, which is something that this has been really bugging me for about a year now, is there's this philosopher or a psychiatrist, I forgot. There's this guy named Eric Erickson who was a doctor, and it said in his profile, when me and my fiance were driving to San Diego, it said in his profile, even though he was a doctor his whole life, he struggled with the feeling of being inadequate. And I don't know where this comes from. It said on the thing, and this has to it ties in to confidence. And so I feel, well, I can't do anything, so I'm just not going to do anything. And it all ties into, what is that? I guess confidence would be the main word, but it'll branch out in different areas. He was a doctor and struggled with that. And so okay, that's what I was thinking of. The robot was saying, in the thing that I read that it was something that my brain attached itself some point in my life of this is the standard of things. And if you don't hold yourself to this standard, subconsciously, like if it's like an egoism thing, if the ego does not hold to this line, then you are going to be inadequate, and it's going to subconsciously tell the rest of your body, why even bother with trying anything, like you're a failure kind of thing, you're a loser. So I'm taking a guess. That's what the robot said. It made a lot of sense. That my mind just decided to have this weird goal at some point in life. Maybe just, it's like maybe a defensive measure, maybe, against people that I perceive to be losers, like drug addicts and things, people on the fringe of society kind of thing, like maybe just to make myself feel better, like I'm a security guard instead of a doctor, so therefore, subconsciously, I tell myself, you're inadequate, even though it says nothing about this in the Bible. Like, that was the whole point of going through this, making a little note in my notepad here of life goals, bam, right there, to basically become a pastor and open up a small church. Even though I'm now at 50 subscribers on YouTube, even though I'm only uploading on YouTube because I don't have an option, I wanted to just upload on BitChute, but the advertisement thing on the Facebook won't allow me to use BitChute videos, but it allows me to use YouTube videos, just crooked, weird stuff, like on the internet. Oh, you have to use a Google-based platform. It's so gross. Okay, I'm about to delete this, but I don't know. It's always just been a problem where I just do not know how to be happy. I don't know how to be continuously content. Even though there's a lot of philosophers and things I've looked up, even in the Bible, that says there's nowhere in there that says you're supposed to be content all the time. You're always supposed to be in your zen all the time. It's just maneuvering things around so you could be at a baseline as you try to be at this baseline as much as possible. And what I think it's like a little explosion that causes the chain reaction is like when I got yelled at by the freaking guy that works in here. What was this, like a week and a half to 2 weeks ago? Because I didn't immediately pick up the phone if it was an emergency or whatever. And that was the first time. And like since then, he's always like now purposely being disrespectful towards me. And also the other guy already was, but I wasn't taking him. The other coworker, I already know he's a joke of a man. So it's like, no, that's no, big deal. It's just the veil's been lifted and now this guy feels he can say whatever he wants to me and, I'm the one screwing up and whatever. So it's just now it's this boom, like this chain reaction that's now going in these other directions. Now I don't want to call the pastor. He left me 2 voicemails this week saying, we can get you into a class, or not a class, but a Bible study for the church. Now I don't want to talk to him. And also a chain reaction for on that stupid website, because when you really think about it, I'm submitting all these poems and they're getting bounced back again because apparently I'm not good enough. I'm not a good enough writer. It's really, really frustrating. And I only have a small window of time. I've realized this about myself, and I'm sure this is probably applies to like millions of people on the planet. It's probably a philosophy that I'm not aware of. You have, you have a small window of time as to how can I get myself out of this bad situation? How can I get myself out of this hole and disconnect that mindset? And I had that with college coming up, but then I kept thinking, well, Sean, you're like 32 years old. Why are you going to college, like to get an associate's degree? Like, it's going to be embarrassing. You're going to be the oldest guy there. Like, it's just these little thoughts, like in my head, that'll fester. The whole sin nature thing. I'm sure it's like a protective measure, like in myself, that I'm sure a lot of people have, like to try to protect themselves from something that's going to be a moment of like huge embarrassments, possibly. You know, when your face gets all red and whatever. I used to be able to handle this so much better when I was working at my last job as a anesthesia technician assistant and OR assistant. I was able to handle stress much better I've noticed back then when I was living in Tucson. I don't know, it's just maybe because I was getting roasted by most of the staff, but I would roast them back. Like it was kind of like we're always butting heads. So it's like an iron sharpens iron kind of thing. I just don't really ever remember getting that offended all that much. But here I'm getting offended like really quickly and feeling powerless. So like, it's like I don't have an identity or something sometimes. And it's Friday, like, you know, it's just ever since I moved to Phoenix, Friday has just been depressing. But, you know, it's just, I'm still getting used to it. I didn't feel this way yesterday or the day before, but now I don't want to do anything because I feel inadequate and I feel whatever I do is not going to be good enough. So might as well just not even try. It's this negative, like coil of like a snake eating its own tail. It's like a vicious cycle my brain gets stuck in of thought patterns and behaviors of, you know, there you go, B.F. Skinner's learned condition. Of I'm never going to be good enough, so might as well just not even do it. You know, it's that negativity. So, I don't know. It's just, so then you got to think to yourself, okay, well, if you are acknowledging it, then why are you participating in it when you know it's wrong? When you know it's not true, why are you still participating? Maybe it's a chemical imbalance, maybe. I was thinking about possibly getting on antidepressants. Like, I know a person who's on that, and, you know, they do, from what I was told, they work. Zoloft, like I was told it works. I used to prescribe Zoloft at 3 jobs ago. So when I was a pharmaceutical technician, I used to prescribe Zoloft and Ambien and Xanax and 900 Tylenol with codeine or whatever that thing was called. I used to, you know, you're abusing drugs, doing stuff like that. Like that's not, those kind of pills just completely remove your tolerance. There's not a point to that, but I'm just talking about like microdosing antidepressants or microdosing. I wanted to microdose like magic mushrooms because I've heard on what's her name, Michaela Peterson's podcast, that it's very beneficial to helping you stay in a positive mind state. So I don't know. The thing that sucks is I feel I've waited too long to do these things. My childhood and the things that happened in my early childhood prevented me from being successful, but the Bible doesn't teach anything like that. I mean, the greatest people in the Bible were dirt poor, like compared to me now. Like I consider myself making a lot of money. So, but then who cares about money? Like, I don't care about money. It's just this weird stuff in my head that's like, oh no, it's got to be this way, and if it can't be that way, then you can't you can't figure this out. You're just going to stay stuck here. That's what my mind's always telling me. Not always, but like 50% of the time. Well, you failed at this a couple times, so now you're going to stay in this box. If you exit this box, it's just going to be trauma. No matter what you do, it's going to be a travesty. So, you know, so you might as well just don't even try. Like, don't even bother with it because you're going to fail. It's like the story of my life kind of thing. Inadequacy. Who's that? Who's live? No, I don't know what that is. So, I don't know. It's Friday. It is what it is. So, maybe I'll upload this but cut some parts out. Excuse me. Couldn't even decide what I want to do tonight after I get off work. I can't even decide that. I don't know what's wrong with me right now. No, I know what's wrong with me. I know what the problem is. It's because because now work is stressful. It's because now I'm tense when I get to work for the last, let's say, about 2 weeks. I'm now tense being here. I feel like no matter what I do, I'm gonna screw up and they're gonna be mad. It's just it's like this thing in my childhood where it's like, well, I might as well not, just always getting, after third grade, always just constantly getting bad grades and whatever. I might as well not even try because no one cares. Just that growing up in a bad area of California, it's just things I'm not going to get into on this, of things that happened in childhood kind of thing. Not going to get into that. Basically, I was just doomed from the start kind of thing, and this is the best it's going to get, But compared to people around the world, I'm richer than probably over 1 billion people on the planet right now. Maybe 2 billion people. So I need to be grateful, I think I'm just going to end this. I'm going to end this recording session. Not even hungry or anything. I don't know, man. It's like the job was really sweet, and I had an order. I had a routine down, and now everything's screwed up. But it's kind of my fault at the same time, so it's whatever. All right, let's turn this on.